Hi, I'm Renee. Thanks for joining me today in my Kudos kitchen where we're going to be making these cheesy Parmesan Onion Square appetizers. They're delicious. They're light, they're cheesy, they're a little touch of sweet and a little touch of onion, not overpowering. They're crunchy and you're going to love them. So, you hear that crunch? They're so good. That little touch of sugar is going to make all the difference. The onion is not overpowering, so let's start making them, okay? What you're going to need first is 1.5 cups of mayonnaise, okay? From there, 1 1/4 to 1.5 cups of fresh Parmesan cheese. Okay, easy, couldn't be easier. We're going to use a teaspoonful of dried basil. What I like to do with my dried herbs is pinch it and crunch it so it releases its oils and all of its flavors. So do that before you add it. Same thing, a little teaspoonful of dried oregano. Pinch it and crunch it. Drop it in. Okay, you need about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. A pinch, more than a pinch, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Here's the secret ingredient because I used yellow onion, or I'm going to use yellow onion, to add a little bit of sweetness so it doesn't have the bite to it like a regular onion. If you're afraid of onion flavor, too much onion, this is going to solve it. So maybe a teaspoonful of sugar, and then to give the onion flavor, you're going to need an onion. So you can use a Vidalia, but I like to use a yellow onion, and I'll show you why. It's because of that pinch of sugar. And what we're going to do is we're going to grate it. The reason we grate it is to release more onion flavor. You're going to get some of the onion juice, which will give more onion flavor. And that way nobody gets a big hunk of onion. This recipe dates back. I mean, I've been making it forever. It seems like I was making it probably when we first started, when we first were married, my husband and I. So I've been making it for many years, and it's always a hit. So roughly, I'm going to take some of the big chunks of onion out, roughly 3 tablespoons of grated onion. And I have a tip to help you with your cutting board so it doesn't smell like onion after you do something like this. Okay? That's my dog ringing the bell to go out. So hang on 1 second, Ivy. Okay, so we're going to add the 3 tablespoons of grated onion to the mixture. And from there, we're going to just stir everything together. Really couldn't be any easier than that. And I'll set it aside and I'll show you my tip for the cutting board. To clean a cutting board that's maybe getting a little stinky, perhaps from onions, is to take some coarse grated salt, sprinkle it on the board, and then to take a lemon that's been cut in half, cut side down, put it on your board and work it around. And what the lemon's going to do, and the salt is going to clean the board, and the lemon's going to take away all the odors and just make it nice and clean. From there, you're going to wipe it dry with a paper towel, and basically you're done. You can put your board away till next time. It's going to smell nice and fresh for the next time you use it. So hang on 1 second. I'm going to let my dog out. Okay, the dog has been let out and the cutting board is clean. And now what we're going to do is we're going to spread this Parmesan onion mixture onto some cocktail bread. I have more dogs. I have my cocktail bread, and what I'm going to do is I use an offset spatula or a knife or whatever you have and spread it pretty liberally onto the bread. I like to go from end to end and cover all the corners. And basically that's all there is to this. Anybody can do this recipe. It's so easy and so delicious. I don't know anybody that that's tried these and hasn't liked them. This recipe, you can make about 2 dozen of the cocktail breads, and if you need more, then of course just double the recipe. 3 cups of mayonnaise, 3 cups of Parmesan cheese. It's basically all there is if you're doubling the recipe. And you might want to do that because these are quite popular. I'm going to pop them in the oven, like I said, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done, okay? Here they are, hot, fresh, right out of the oven. You can tell when they're done because they turn a lovely golden brown, they puff up real nice, and the underside of the cocktail bread gets nice and brown and crispy, which gives them that nice crunch when you bite into them, whether they're hot or warm. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave the recipe link to my website right below here on this video so you can go and get the actual recipe, and I hope you enjoyed it, and please come back and visit me again in my Kudos kitchen. Thanks a lot. Bye.